Greetings. This is Serving Camps. I'm Steve.
And I'm Angie. And this is the blessing that we have been given to live in while we serve at camps.
We've been serving camps now for many years and want to share with you our experiences along the way. We are serving camps, and originally, as we both were growing up in Minnesota, we have attended camp in Minnesota, different parts of our ages, and our kids, as we were raising them, went to the same camp virtually, or different camps within Minnesota. Pretty much so, the last job that I have held was a Federal Express courier, where most of my tenure was at Minneapolis in Bloomington, and then I transferred 3 times, which we'll later talk about. And Angie, your job was?
I was an accountant. My mother was an accountant, and as I was growing up, I worked for her starting out, and I would in the summers I would attend wilderness camp up in the Brainerd area, and I also attended another camp in elementary school that was in the Park Rapids area. So we have a lot of experience with camps. Like Steve said, we raised our kids going to camp. We know the importance of faith-based camps. One of the camps that we serve at actually, kind of says the motto, Jesus transforms lives. That is their motto. So we help set the stage for them by working at their camp or volunteering at their camp, doing whatever they need us to do. We have enjoyed RVing quite a lot throughout our time together. We started out just on weekends because we didn't have any available time because we were working 40, 45, 50 hours a week. And, things were busy, but we still enjoyed RVing. So we have worked into it that we are now full-time RVers. We live full-time in our RV, 12 months out of the year. We do not have a stick and brick home. So that is the vehicle that we use to serve at camps.
And that really started back in 2012 in such a way that we moved from Minneapolis, Minnesota, from the area, to Rapid City. It was a situation to where I was getting tired of the traffic and just had the desire to, as I told people, move someplace where I could walk out my door and see something taller than a building. I wanted to see mountains. I wanted to see God's creation a little bit more than man's creation, a lot more than man's creation. And so the move out to Rapid City was definitely his backing, his move, in such a way that when we moved out there, we found a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment that we were in for a short period of time while we were trying to figure out what we were going to do, that the balcony and the door faced the west to the Black Hills. Put a big emphasis on, we're comfortable with where we're at the time being. The other thing that we had was Angie had given me a list of 3 congregations to look for, and to me it was kind of a no-brainer. Fountain Springs Church, which was a few blocks from the apartment. I could look down from the deck and see it, sort of thing. And so we attended Fountain Springs for those 2 years plus.
Fountain Springs was really big on serving, and they still are. They're a church that goes out and serves hundreds of thousands of hours in their community, doing things all over the area. of the Black Hills. They go into the schools and they shower the teachers with gifts or help them with projects. They go to, there's several camps that are around the Black Hills area that they help, with minor projects. And so through serving at Fountain Springs, we really found that we had the like desire to serve elsewhere. They had the statement of love, give, go. You learn about Jesus and his love. You help support that, and then you go off and share. So part of this is how we got into the camping ministry, so to say. How we got involved in doing what we're doing today, and how we support ourselves, and what is happening.
I guess the what she's coming to next is the fact that when we moved out to Rapid City, my route was Tuesday through Saturday route, and so I had Mondays off. And so one of the things that really also plugged us in to what we're doing is Cedar Canyon Camp, which is just outside of Rapid City. We had found in one of our Sunday drives, and I had gone and asked the camp director at the time whether or not I could go ahead and serve on Mondays, just volunteer, where I went out and volunteered Mondays from 10 to 3, giving me the opportunity to take the time to volunteer and help the camp. Well, along with the camp came a couple that were living at the camp at the time that was part of an organization such as we described in the first episode that plugged them in to the camp. And so a lot of the information that I was gleaning off of them was how to be a full-time person, even though I didn't realize it at the time that God was leading us to this situation, this lifestyle that we've been serving at, and just gleaning from how to serve, where to serve, what to look for.
And what does it entail? Originally, when we moved to the Black Hills, we were thinking that we would live there and that we would build our small retirement home in the Black Hills somewhere. And so that's why we were in the apartment for a couple years. And little did we know that God had other plans for us, of which our church, our friends, and anybody that we came in contact with really helped support us in what we were going to be doing. We had a lot of information to learn about, a lot of things to research. It wasn't a spur of the moment decision. We would open doors by, first of all, one of the things that we did, we had to look for a truck. And we opened that door and we figured, well, if this isn't going to be, then God is going to close the door. Well, we got the truck. We can tell you more about that later. Then we decided to start out with a fifth wheel. The RV that we have today is, it's a motorhome. So we've had a couple changes. And so we decided to start with a fifth wheel. Well, we had to research all sorts of fifth wheels to actually pick out the kind of fifth wheel that we wanted. We had specific make, model that we had, picked out. Steve felt that it was that particular make and model were the best that would be for 4-season, because we were going to live in it for 12 months. Well, God provided that. And all along the way, God kept opening doors and, He never shut them. So we continued on. now he's opening the door for us to do this YouTube channel. And me being an extrovert, it's kind of out of my comfort zone. Steve is more the, did I say that backwards? Me being the
She's
introvert.
more of the
I'm the introvert.
I'm more of the extrovert.
Extrovert.
That's why the largest portion so far of our serving, she was working as an accountant out of the RV, and I was working alongside the camps, more later sort of thing. But it is a situation to where we've got a lot of information to cover in the next many episodes, and we'll be interested in comments that you make as to what you want to hear from us as far as what we could share with you. But the whole desire for this channel is for us to share with you how we live our lifestyle of serving at different camps throughout the country, volunteering to help, as Angie said, support and set the stage for Jesus to shine his light on campers and retreat guests so that the camps can help people grow and see who God is. So we thank you for watching.
Like and share us.
Hopefully.